What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. You've obviously seen the thumbnail, and we're having major issues with my 1-ton XJ. So we're just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna start showing you what I've got going on and what the new projects are for it, because I brought it home from Hammers and I just kind of jumped right into it. And I haven't really been working on it too much, but I've been doing little by little, and this is what we're looking like so far. So first things first is this was a trail repair at King of the Hammers last year, so 2024. And we actually had a crack behind this track bar mount, and it was like, came right down the unibody stiffeners. So we added this in, and then when we got back from a decent amount of other wheeling trips at the Rubicon, and we went to Sand Hollow, we did some snow wheeling, I actually found a crack directly across the back side of the steering box brace. I'm sure nobody with an XJ is shocked, but I put this steering box brace in hoping that that wouldn't do that, but then it cracked here, so I plated it from here to here. Well, I should have plated it all the way to the track bar, because this is a 2025, King of the Hammers 2025 repair, because we found a crack all the way across here. That opened up. What else? I actually didn't know this until we were filming this right now. I'm finding this out right now. But there is a crack in my shock tower. Look at that. So there's a crack that runs all the way to the back. That's part of the reason why, well, I guess not. There was a crack here, so we were worried about that.
Well,
that's
right
why.
before we left for Hammers, the back of it was cracked.
Yeah, so right before we left for King of the Hammers, the back side of this, where like the motor mounts are, there was a thin piece of metal that I cut out, and I tried to plate it in there, and it actually was cracked really badly. And Peter and I went to go put a crossover for the shocks. We did this, and as I was shoving this in, trying to get it snug against the shock towers, this whole shock tower moved out like a quarter of an inch to maybe to almost half. Yeah. It was moving back and forth. So we added this in there. I'm kind of shocked actually about that.
That shock tower?
Yeah, yeah. That's because what I'm going to show now is, if you go back down here, this had already cracked before. Oh no, I didn't know about that side, because that side cracked. That I did see that crack on that side, but this one had cracked before also, and I did a gusset in here because I didn't want to cut these all the way out. And what else? What else we got going on the front end? Pretty much, that's pretty much it. I think that just mainly the unibody. The unibody's really screwing me, and I think it. I think it screws everybody over, because they're great platforms except for the unibody system in the front end when you're not running a 4-link. Since I'm running a 3-link, it's putting a lot of pressure on that track bar. I'm not full hydro, so running the hydro assist and putting all of that pressure on 1-tons and 40s and everything just against my unibody on that one side, since both the track bar and the steering are on that one side, it's causing a huge issue. So we're gonna do a quick walk around of the Jeep and just show you everything we got going on with it stripped, and then I'm gonna explain to you what we're doing next. It wouldn't be a video of us working in the shop without us having to do our mandatory run to Harbor Freight, because without fail, every single time we work on something, we have to buy something new. So we're headed there. We're gonna pick up some stuff real quick and then head right back and get that axle ripped out of the Jeep. All right, so I just showed you guys what the problems I had going on, and You just watched us take out the front axle, and now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to fix this thing and hopefully be last version. I probably shouldn't even say that because there's no such thing as that, but I'm just hoping that I don't have to do what I'm gonna do again. So somewhere over here, it's been done multiple times, but we are gonna cut somewhere here, all the way across. We're gonna support the motor, and we are gonna cut and take this whole unibody out of the front end. Unfortunately, I just built the front bumper for it. I'm not in love with it, so I don't really care. And we are gonna get rid of the towers. We're gonna go hoops. And that snowballed into, okay, we're gonna build the frame out. And I don't know if I'm gonna do tubing yet or if I'm gonna do box tubing. We're gonna figure that one out as we go and kind of see what ends up landing everything perfect, or the way I want it. We're gonna get rid of the drop down in here, get rid of the hydro assist steering, go full hydro. And then I decided if I'm gonna be doing all of that, why not dove nose the thing? Because there isn't enough work as there is. So I don't know if I'm gonna run the stock radiator. This is all gonna be kind of like learn by doing it. I'm just like a trial by fire, if you will. I may go to try to keep the stock radiator because I have so many XJ parts as it is, but I mean, it might be better in my case to just buy a new upgraded high performance radiator. But there's a bunch of wiring that needs to be moved. Obviously I need to move the PCM and move everything in, but that's the plan. We're gonna start with cutting off the front frame or unibody, whatever you want to call it, and start moving wires in and see where we end up. I don't really have an end goal that I can think of or know right now, but yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just gonna be trial by fire. We're gonna get into it and just see where we end up. I'll probably end up cutting the grill down and seeing how the grill looks nice, and then decide how far I'm gonna dove nose in. We're gonna end up tubing. I'm gonna try to retain the factory fenders, even if I have to notch them and fold them in. We're not gonna get too crazy because I'm probably gonna end up still smacking them. But I'd like to bring in the front end because I constantly hit this and my tire gets cut up from those all the time. So as you can see, we've got this whole thing hovercraft right now. We're also gonna have to try to figure out how I can get these out of here and move these forward, because right now if I were to obviously move these and those were there, this whole thing would fall forward. So we're gonna support the motor, move jack stands forward, possibly support off of here. Peter just picked up some jack stands that I may have to steal for a little while. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not super stoked on having to do this. I know a lot of guys plate the inside of these unibodies, and they fully box them in, and they're still running a 3-link system with a track bar, some full hydro, some hydro assist. But I don't want to do that. I'm tired of dealing with the unibody tears. I'm tired of going up every hard obstacle and having to lay underneath my Jeep to see if there's a new thing that's cracked. So we're just gonna cut it off at the failure points and get after it.
What's your goal? Timeline?
Timeline, I think that we are going to, I don't know. I don't even know what the day is. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this, but we live up in Northern California. So Rubicon season is upon us. It is coming soon. The snow is gonna be melting off, and my friends are gonna be texting me and calling me about going crawling or taking the rigs out. Luckily, 2 of the people that go crawling the most, one of them's doing a motor swap right now, and the other one just bought a tub, which we may release in the next video if he lets me film it before he posts anything about it. But I don't know. I think after ranting, back to the point. I would like to be done with it by, realistically, I'd like to be done with it by my birthday. So July. My birthday's in July. So I'd like to go for August, or I'd like to go for July. if August, but I would like to get at least 2 Rubicon trips in this year. And before winter next year, I'd like to do a Sand Hollow trip. Yeah, we have a lot of work ahead of us. We have some other projects coming to the channel, and so we're gonna kind of, Peter and I are both gonna be juggling, I'm gonna need help on mine, and it's gonna be all hands on deck on the other projects to try to get those done before the season. If you guys like what we're doing and you want to see more projects, we've got a bunch more things coming down the line, and it really supports us if you like and subscribe, leave a comment, go follow our Instagram, The Off-Road Post, and we'll see you in the next video.